Across the border just at dawn, when mist lay on the Tweed, the old stone walls of Edinburgh rose up like something freed. I climbed the ancient Arthur's Seat above the sleeping town, and watched the morning claim the firth before the sun came down. The castle on its black rock stood as it has always stood, between the world of what has been and what is understood. 1,000 years of wind and rain have worn its edges smooth, and I was just another soul who stopped there in the groove. Through Rannoch Moor the road grew thin and wide as grief can go. The mountains leaned across the sky, all bruised with indigo. At Glencoe I walked the valley, where the silence has a weight that has no name in English, only Mona, fate. The three sisters watched me passing as they've watched 1,000 more, who came to feel what cannot quite be spoken at their core. The heather burned in purple flame across the valley floor, and I did not need to know the past to feel it in my marrow. Alba, oh Alba, your mountains hold my soul, from the grey stones of Edinburgh to where the cold winds roll. Every loch and every heather, every road I've ever known. Double chridhe, Anna, Alba, you are home. The Great Glen opened like a hand, cupped full of silver rain. Loch Ness lay dark as memory, and twice as hard to drain. The mountains either side leaned in enough to touch above, and I drove north in golden light, too beautiful for love. The Highlands have a quality of light that comes and goes, that makes the ordinary world feel thin against what shows. As if the land beneath your feet is only just a veil, and something older, stranger still, waits just behind the pale. Thamu chridhe, Anad Alba, my heart has always been in the grey light of your mornings, in the places in between. I did not know I carried you through every other land, until I stood on Brodgar's hill and felt you take my hand. On Skye the Cuillin cut the clouds like blades above the sea, and Kilt Rock stood against the tide, as wild can be. The Eileen smelled of salt and peat and something without name, a Sith that lives between the rocks and has no need of fame. I stood at Naas Point Lighthouse as the Atlantic rolled below, and thought of all the ones who left these shores to undergo the long Atlantic crossing to a land they'd never seen, and how they carried Alba in their chest like something evergreen. Oh Alba, oh Alba, your mountains hold my soul, from the grey stones of Edinburgh to where the cold winds roll. Every loch and every They say the veil between the worlds is thinnest over there, that Columba chose the silent land for the light